It's your turn. The playing went around the table with with a flittering of cards, murmurs, conversation. Herb Thompson sank lower into his chair and began to look ill. The phone rang. Thompson jumped up and ran to it and jerked it off the hook. Herb, I've been calling and calling. What's it like at your house, Herb? What do you mean, what's it like? Has the company come? Hell yes, it has. Are you talking and laughing and playing cards? Christ, yes. But what has that got to do with... Are you smoking your 10-cent cigar? Yes, God damn it. Yes, but... Swell, said the voice on the phone. That sure is swell. I wish I could be there. I wish I didn't know the things I know. I wish a lot of things. Are you all right? So far, so good. I'm locked in the kitchen now. Part of the front wall of the house blew in, but I planned my retreat. When the kitchen door gives, I'm heading for the cellar. If I'm lucky, I may hold out there until morning. It'll have to tear the whole damned house down to get to me, and the cellar floor is pretty solid. I have a shovel, and I may dig deeper. It sounded like a lot of other voices on the phone. What's that? Herb Thompson demanded, cold, shivering. That? Asked the voice on the phone. Those are the voices of 12,000 killed by a typhoon, 7,000 killed by a hurricane, 3,000 buried by a cyclone. Am I boring you? That's what the wind is. It's a lot of people dead. The wind killed them, took their minds, and gave them intelligence, and gave itself intelligence. It took all their voices and made them into one voice. All those millions of people killed in the past 10,000 years, tortured and run from continent to continent, on the backs and the bellies of monsoons and whirlwinds. Oh, Christ, what a poem you could write about it. The phone echoed and rang with voices and shouts and whinings. Come on back, Herb, called his wife from the card table. That's how the wind gets more intelligent each year. It adds to itself, body by body, life by life, death by death. We're waiting for you, Herb, called his wife. Damn it! He turned almost snarling. Wait just a moment, won't you? Back to the phone. Alan, if you want me to come out there now, I will. I should have come earlier. Wouldn't think of it. This is a grudge fight. Wouldn't do to have you in it now. I'd better hang up. The kitchen door looks bad. I'll have to get in the cellar. Call me back later? Maybe, if I'm lucky. I don't think I'll make it. I slipped away and escaped so many times, but I think it has me now. I hope I haven't bothered you too much, Herb. You haven't bothered anyone, damn it. Call me back. I'll try. Herb Thompson went back to the card game. His wife glared at them. How's Alan, your friend, she asked. Is he sober? He's never taken a drink in his life, said Thompson, sullenly sitting down. I should have gone out there 3 hours ago. But he's called every night for 6 weeks, and you've been out there at least 10 nights to stay with him, and nothing was wrong. He needs help. He might hurt himself. You were just out there 2 nights ago. You can't always be running after him. The first thing in the morning, I'll move him into a sanatorium. Didn't want to. He seems so reasonable otherwise. At 10:30, coffee was served. Herb Thompson drank his slowly, looking at the phone. I wonder if he's in the cellar now, he thought. Herb Thompson walked to the phone, called long distance, gave the number. I'm sorry, said the operator. The lines are down in that district. When the lines are repaired, we will put your call through. Then the telephone lines are down, cried Thompson. He let the phone drop. Turning, he slammed open the closet door and pulled out his coat. Oh, Lord, he said. Oh, Lord, Lord, he said to his amazed guests and his wife with the coffee urn in her hand. Herb, she cried. I've got to go out there, he said, slipping into his coat. There was a soft, faint stirring at the door. Everybody in the room tensed and straightened up. Who could that be? Asked his wife. The soft stirring was repeated very quietly. Thompson hurried down the hall where he stopped alert. Outside, faintly, he heard laughter. I'll be damned, said Thompson. He put his hand on the doorknob pleasantly, shocked and relieved. I'd know that laugh anywhere. It's Alan. He came on over in his car after all. Couldn't wait until morning to tell me his confounded stories. Thompson smiled weakly. Probably brought some friends with him. Sounds like a lot of other... He opened the front door. The porch was empty. Thompson showed no surprise. His face grew amused and sly. He laughed. Alan? None of your tricks now. Come on. He switched on the porch light and peered out and around. Where are you, Alan? Come on now. A breeze blew in his face. Thompson waited a moment. Suddenly chilled to his marrow, he stepped out on the porch and looked uneasy and very carefully about. A sudden wind caught and whipped his coat flaps, disheveled his hair. He thought he heard laughter again. The wind rounded the house, and was a pressure everywhere at once, and then, storming for a full minute, passed on. The wind died down, sad, mourning in the high trees, passing away, going back out to sea, to the Celebes, to the Ivory Coast, to Sumatra and Cape Horn, to Cornwall and the Philippines, fading, fading, fading. Thompson stood there cold. He went in and closed the door and leaned against it. He didn't move, eyes closed. "What's wrong?" asked his wife. And that's the end.